Hi guys, today I wanted to do a quick tutorial on how to do a hip carry with a ring sling. This is probably a little different than most of the tutorials you see, at least most of the popular ones that I've seen. I really struggled with a ring sling at first. I tried one with my youngest and I could never get it to work. I finally got it to work with my littlest one that's down here, but it took some trial and error. And again, a lot of the tutorials I saw just weren't working for me. I'm sure they're great, they were very informative, but the style, the technique was not something that worked for me. So I wanted to show the way that we do it. So I'm starting with a threaded ring sling. I'm not going to go through all how to do that because there's some really great tutorials on that one. But you're going to put it on, cross you on whichever shoulder you prefer. It can go across either way. And something I will show that I do every time is that I just kind of poof this part out to make sure that like my top part here is staying on the top, because sometimes when you're tightening and taking it off, it gets a little bunched up there and it's hard to tighten it. Alright, so you start with that and it's just hanging here. How far you have out will depend on the size of your baby, but you can always tighten it and adjust it a little bit. So we're going to leave it there. Alright, this is my 15-month-old. It is safe to use a hip carry. They say when you start naturally carrying your baby on your hip without a carrier, so if you're like carrying them around like this and they're able to be carried in this position, you're generally good. Some things to look for that they should generally have is some good head and neck and trunk control. Some people say to wait all the way until they sit unassisted. Some people say you can do it a little bit before, so just do your own research with what you're comfortable with and what you believe is safe for your child. So you're gonna start putting them over your shoulder. My girl's a little bigger, so I can kind of do this a little easier. Little ones need a little bit more support doing that. Put them in. Set them off to your shoulder or off to your side. And so now she's kind of on that part of the fabric, so she's just kind of sitting on all of it. And I'm just gonna, you want your rings. I start off with my rings pretty high, so we're gonna put that all the way up. And then when she's not into this, what I do is I grab this part, the top part there, and I grab this fabric underneath. So I'm just holding this bottom part now to get her into a good position. See, sweetie. And I just hold this one. I still have my hand on her because it's pretty loose. This wouldn't be safe to let go right now. So what I start by doing is pulling this top part. It's going under both her armpits over. And then I pull the, to adjust it down a little further on my shoulder, then I pull the top of my sling. And then I'm going to do the same, tighten this middle bit a little bit. And now we're going to get back to the bottom. So pull this again. So I hold it. Her baby is in a really deep seat here, so it goes all the way from her knee until she pops her legs. She's in the stage of not wanting to be in a carrier all that much. So I'm holding this. See how her bum is here? Harley, sweetheart. Her knees are all the way up here. And I hold her like that. And I pull the bottom part here to pull out all that excess fabric. And then, so I have her like that. Now it would be safe, but I'm going to adjust a little bit. Lift up the bum and just tighten a little bit where you need to. And then they're in a hip carry with a very deep seat. So remember, knees well above their bum. The fabric is going all the way from their knees. So it's under both knees and up. And we're comfortable. So that's what I do. So the main thing I do, I'll do it one more time just to show. But a lot of the other tutorials start by saying to like make an exact, try and make like a pocket for them. And so the bottom's tighter than the rest. And that did not work for me. So I'm going to show it one time in just real time how I would do it. So pick up your baby or your toddler. Put their legs through. I sit in here, hold this bottom part, a little bit, holding the bottom part here. Pull, tighten the top, tighten the middle, that's all loose there. Our bottom part again. And tighten, bring it down on my neck a little bit, creeps up a little bit. Wait for your baby to want to be in the ring sling. There you go. And lift bottom up to do our final adjustments. And that's it. Nice deep C, knees up here, nice and off to the side, and super comfy. All right, I hope that helps some of you that are struggling with the ring sling.